Don't worry, guys. Jesse is consulting Jesse. Also, Zach doesn't want to be texted pictures of women's vaginas. And only 2 episodes left of Jax Taylor. Welcome to Showmance, guys, the only show on the internet doing deep dives on shows with no depth.
Dives as deep as the archives of Britney's Ring camera footage and shows as shallow as Jax's sexual stamina.
Ah!
I never learned how to whistle.
Me either. But my grandfather could whistle like with the best of them.
Oh, show off. Oh, you're so cool.
It is kind of cool. But you know what I can do? I can be the bearer of some really exciting news, Mark. A little angel may or may not have dropped off more medium fine.
Angels are real.
And they come in 3s.
Wait, what? Did he send any for you guys?
Yeah. You don't even have any hands left.
I don't. But that's all right. I'll drink one of these and then I'll free up one of those. Barry, jeez.
I know, yeah, I'm drinking this fucking shit beer.
Yeah, should we have some? Here's the thing. I broke one of our wine glasses.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even the one I was washing at the time. So I'll have to just straight from the bottle. I hope that's
Just
okay.
IV it.
Yeah.
You know, we have to
Dude,
treasure
this
these.
is so amazing.
I know.
I'm
We're real lucky fuckers.
I'm pretty happy. Thank you so much.
Dude.
But seriously,
Are you surprised?
are we drinking this? Come on, we got 3 more now. I can have one.
Do you want the one right now?
Yeah.
Oh my
fucking God, dude. Courtney can't even drink
No,
tonight.
if we're opening this, I'm drinking. I don't
Oh,
care.
okay.
Fuck my liver.
You're gonna
No,
have a sippy.
I don't know who you are.
I'm Mark. No, I'm Mike. I'm starting to learn that I enjoy the finer things in life.
The really finer things in life.
Somebody asked, like, oh, I went to the website and they were like, oof. But still, I'm so tempted because of this. And I was like, listen, it's a special occasion wine, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But this one also makes like Wednesday afternoon a special occasion. So
Yeah.
go ahead and just do it. But they were asking which one we got. So I told them, and we got some more.
Yeah. If you're on the fence, just push your ass over the fence and
Yeah.
get a bottle.
This is delish.
Here.
Oh man, I'm so stoked.
In the great words of the Valley, here's to snakes and condoms, 2 things we don't fuck with.
Yeah. Wait, was that on the Valley?
I feel like they've said it on VPR or the Valley at some point.
Who was that?
I mean, we know Jax doesn't use condoms, so.
But who said that? That's a line from something. What was it? That kid got so much hate. Joe Schmo?
Yeah, Joe Schmo who said that.
All right, carry on. What do we got?
Here, just off the top, I just
Yeah.
want to say, I thought everyone looked really nice. Like,
Yeah.
whether you like their outfit or not, like, I just saw, you know, with the Summer House one, like, everyone seemed kind of
Yeah.
washed out and it was bad. I felt like people looked alive.
That being said, Andy, I was like, bro, is this your summer house wardrobe? What are we doing here? Like, because he seemed like still in the baby blue pastels, washed out on the little backdrop of the valley, literally.
I think, yeah, I agree. But
So
I think,
I didn't love him, but
Yeah.
everybody else
I thought
seemed-
everyone looked
nice.
lovely.
The looks of them and the way that they did this reunion and some of the things that they talked about, like Michelle saying, oh, Aaron's is great. We're loving it there. And what was the other one?
Also, what a weird shot to show when they did, oh, you're living with Aaron. And I'm like, clearly that's Isabella's bedroom, but like,
Yeah.
why did we get the shot of Isabella's bedroom?
I
And
guess
not,
to
like,
establish
where
that
the
Isabella
magic
has a
happened?
bedroom there.
Oh, maybe.
And then Jack saying, I don't, gotta support the bar. And then Andy looking nothing like he does anymore. Like Andy's look has so shifted. If you watch him on Watch What Happens Live now, he's got like, I don't know what, like
Yeah.
what phase, what era he's in.
He's
or
in
like,
this homeless era.
it might just be like New
I
York
think
City
it's like
summer.
Casual Fridays.
I
is
keep
the
thinking
vibe.
that like
Mm.
I
T-shirts,
have
scruff.
this vibe that he's like that like things are gonna shift, like maybe things are gonna start more so moving to Peacock. Maybe Watch What Happens Live takes on a different. You know something? I got a beef with Watch What Happens Live. It is one of the only shows that I continue to watch, like fairly, like not regularly, but like fairly regularly. I'm still watching it whenever someone good is on. The way that they have to adhere to that 30-minute or 1 hour or whatever, it gives me anxiety. Like I'm not like when they're answering, I'm like, that's too long. Just wrap it up, wrap it up. When somebody calls in and is like, hey guys, love you, love the show. Oh, Lala, you look so whatever. I'm like, wrap it up. Like this.
Get to the question.
Yeah, you're gonna get cut off. And somebody did get cut off the other day. I could tell that the guy was like, hi guys, that's so nice to Lala, my question is like he heard in his earpiece, like somebody saying go. Like that is so old school, you know, like this, like
but it's still a broadcast, it's on broadcast
that's
television.
what I'm saying,
So
which is like just not what we're watching anymore. Like it's time to move it all on over, move it all to where everyone can relax and speak a full sentence without pissing their pants that they're gonna get, you know, that hook. Da, 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 woo!
Two things. One, like that's long form. That's why everybody's obsessed with long form and YouTube's pushing long form. And it's because everybody wants to hear everything. They want to hear the whole conversation, not the 3 sound bites that your PR guy sent you into battle with.
Yeah.
That being said, there's nothing more fun than live TV. As from a worker bee standpoint.
Of
like
course.
that is like
Of
everything
course,
for
but
me.
nobody wants to watch live TV anymore.
I'm okay with watching live TV.
Why? Like, what about it?
Because I love the theater.
Sure,
I'm a
but like,
theater rat.
but I'm talking about like when you ask someone a question and you know that they can't even give an answer that lasts more than 5 seconds. Aren't you just like, let them finish the sentence?
You know, I think I watch What Happens Live as like a quick bite. Not that I just want to get it over with, but it's more like I've never looked at it to scratch that itch of in-depth interviews and like really good question and answer segments. I think of it as like a shot ski, some funny lines. There's going to be a gay shark coming out. And so it never has really, I've never put 2 and 2 together the way that you did, where it like makes you nervous. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying it never.
You're saying I'm wrong, and I don't appreciate anyone telling me I'm wrong about anything. But this whole thing, that was a sidebar. What I meant to say about this whole thing with Michelle's comment about Aaron, with Jax talking about his bar, with Andy looking nothing like what he looks like today. Like this was shot months ago.
That was my next note.
And it's weird. And I understand that they had to do it. I don't know why. I can only assume it's because the girls were about to pop, so they gotta get it going.
I didn't even think of that. It had to be that, because that was my second note. I'm so annoyed that it was done so quickly, because it feels just not the entire episode, but a lot of it seems like stale.
Yeah. No, it totally was. And how long we went on with Jesse and Michelle.
Yeah.
Thanks. We're done with are we still talking about these 2 divorces? Like it's.
But like the whole thing was like that. Like there was like most of it was like, wait, this was like 8 years ago. What do we do? Like so much has changed and everything's different now.
Yeah.
So like
that bedroom in the picture that we saw for Isabella doesn't even exist
exactly.
anymore.
That shit has gotten burned to the ground. There's so many things different that it was hard to watch because of that. And then, which we'll talk about in the like, just so blatant to me that like you guys, like all I care about is Luke, Kristen, Danny, and Nia. That's all I want to see. That's the only people I want to get to know more of. I mean, fine.
Don't throw Zach out.
I'm not throwing Zach out, but Zach needs to not like
get blackout drunk,
bro. Like and just be like, well, whatever. I was blackout. No, dude, don't get blackout. You were a psycho that last episode, like a psycho, dude.
I liked it. But
okay. My point is, none of these people are friends. Like, they're not real friends.
Half of them are, half of them aren't.
I think Nia and Kristen are legit friends.
I think they became friends through pregnancy, which is not a friendship. But, like, I don't know if they were...
They weren't pregnant at all during the season.
Yeah, but...
And the way Kristen really would take up for Nia, and that was like her whole storyline, besides obviously her personal stuff with Luke. And we actually do start the reunion with, talking about how is crazy Kristen gone? Is she just morphed into this more mature, like, what's that saying? What's the difference between someone who's crazy and someone who's eccentric? Money.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
That's funny.
I wonder with Kristen, like,
Well, no, because George is an eccentric, I think.
George who?
From Georgia, from Next Gen NYC. She's eccentric to me, but she didn't have any money.
but like, you'll be talking to someone at like a dinner party
Yeah.
or something, and they're telling you about like they've got 18 rescue dogs and chickens, and like they eat every meal out of their bed, and you're like, this sounds really weird. And then you like find out that they're like the heiress to
Yeah.
like budget rent a car, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh no, she's just eccentric.
Yeah.
Right. And so I just wonder with Kristen, is like the difference between being crazy Kristen and like this more mature version, is it love and becoming a mother? You know what I mean? Like now she is, because she said, she's like, I'm still the same person. I think it's just maybe shifted a little bit,
Yeah.
which has been lovely to watch, quite frankly.
Yeah, and she looks so good in that like sea blue green. Like she just looked beautiful.
I thought everyone really
so
did look great.
relaxed.
But didn't you find it interesting and good that she did, the first thing that she did was apologize to Janet, like off the bat, wanted to say, I didn't, wasn't my proudest moment. Obviously, I don't want to hit you. I don't think you're a whore.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I thought it was a nice way to start things off, especially if they were just focusing on her. Like she didn't have to take that moment to say she was sorry to Janet, because clearly they're not friends.
No, and Janet's response was well enough, but the looks of vitriol on her, and like somebody in our comments said, Jax and Janet are the same person. They just present differently.
No, even better. It's one of the comments I have to read.
Oh.
They're the same soul.
Oh, they're the same soul.
Which is like,
yeah.
So I pulled it. I was like, nah.
You want to
Makes
know why I
everything
didn't
better.
pull it? Because I didn't get it at the time. I was like, that's a lot. I can't. I hate Janet, but I'm not going to put these two in the same thing. And then I watched, because I exported all those comments yesterday. So then we watched the finale or the reunion last night, and then I was like, that's what she meant. Like, because the looks on both of their faces were just like so pissed that Andy was starting off with such flowers for Kristen, in a way, flowers that Kristen, none of us ever thought she would ever get.
But
these
deserved.
specific flowers,
But deserved.
totally deserved. But like so not in the plan for these two, and like written all over their faces. And
Yeah.
then Janet is smart enough to get it together and go, thank you so much for the apology. Like she really did like flip that instantly, where Jax, it takes him a little bit longer to like figure it out,
Yeah.
to like, tighten his tie and whatever. But
And he's such a lost cause that even if he does figure it out, even if
Yeah.
he knows better, he is completely unable to do better, at least in this iteration of who
Yeah.
he is presenting.
yeah.
That's actually the next segment, because we get right into Britt and Jax's divorce. And it was so incredibly dark to me when Brittany was, because, Andy said, where are you guys in your
Yeah.
divorce proceedings? And she said, Jax Jax told me he doesn't know if he's going to be asked to come back this next season. And so he wants to wait to sign off on all the divorce stuff, because if I get to come back, he wants to come after me for alimony. And it's like,
Your son's
wow,
gonna
dude,
see
that's
all
dark.
of this.
That's dark. That's dark. That's dark. That's dark.
But I have been saying I think maybe even from episode 1, that I worry about Jax being, as much as I am loving him, like everything coming out about him, and like just them airing it all and showing it all and not protecting him at all, and like just being very much like, here it all is on the table, sift through what you want.
Yeah.
As much as I love that, she is going to officially be making more money than him, and she is going to have more than him. He, in just 1 week, as much as I love it, he got fired from 2 jobs in 1 week, and
His podcast and the show?
the
or?
bar.
Oh, the bar, right.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
Oh, the podcast. But I fucking forgot about
Because
the
he
podcast.
gave that like something, whatever the feed was, I guess,
Yeah.
to Brittany, but who allegedly.
and then
who
even
knows
like
if
the tour that he was supposed to go on got canceled because he sucks.
Oh my
So like the
gosh, I
tour
forgot
is where
that.
they make all the money.
Yeah.
And like now it's just Brittany who's gonna be probably, like, I don't know, like I have no idea what they're gonna do for season 3. I don't know why they would kick her off unless they just really would like to take the show into
I
a
would be
different
shocked
direction.
if she wasn't on season 3.
I would be, and then I wouldn't be, because it all just depends on like what they're going for. Like if they want to just sort of start anew and like leave this part behind and not dwell on I don't know. I have no idea. I'm not asking for her to go. Like I would like to see what she does with her life in the next year, but I just don't
Britney?
know.
Yeah.
Toodles. Fuck off, lady. Fuck both of them. She's so nuts. Like, and listen, she gets a pass. I think Jax made her nuts, obviously, but like, we've like, no, this thing was, this whole episode and the next 2 are going to be the exact same. Is just, oh wow, let's grab a bunch of people that fucking hate each other and put them in a room together. See what happens. That's what we're watching.
But they don't all hate each other. Like, I don't think Kristen hates Britney. I don't think Nia hates Britney. I don't think Janet hates Britney. I think Janet and Britney, much to my chagrin, have a real friendship. So yes, there's real deep.
Janet and Britney, you think are real friends? You think
Because Britney rides for her all the time, even more like over standing up for Zach.
Because somebody in the, maybe we said it last week, but somebody definitely said it in the comments, maybe that like, maybe it's you, like the reason that is because Janet and Jason know the thing, like they know the thing that Britney's trying to hold, and vice versa. Like they know their secret. Like there's too many secrets, and these guys all have secrets over each other. That is not the foundation of a friendship, a real friendship. That's a foundation of a manipulative, frightened. I need to keep my friends close and my enemies closer. That's what this show is. That's what it should be called, actually. Next season should be The Valley season 3. Keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Because that's what this is. They're all like Kristen and Nia, fine. Luke, Dan, I like that. I'm fine with them. I think they're like
Zach and Kristen have a real friendship. Zach and Britney have a real friendship.
Zach and Britney were screaming at each other in the last episode.
Yeah, but then they were just on Watch What Happens Live, and Zach was wearing that shirt goading Jax that said "Whose show?" Did I say show twice? That shirt.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just not buying it. I don't think these people are real friends.
I'm not saying that they're all this big kumbaya, amazing, tight-knit
You and I
friends.
think it's only a matter of time until Janet fucks everyone.
That's
know?
right.
But like right now,
Britney
for all
doesn't know
intents
that.
and purposes, like they are real friends.
That's right.
Like,
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I also was I am so grateful, guys, that this man is no longer going to be on our television sets because or your phones or whatever the fuck you watch it on. He's so dark and it's so upsetting to watch because you see, I personally thought Britney had a great episode. I thought she handled herself really well. I thought she communicated very clearly everything she said. That was like my overarching note for the entire episode, that when so many of these women spoke, I believed them.
Yeah.
Like when Britney said, it's this, that, and the other, I believe her. Like when Michelle was saying something about like, how her mom was passing away and she's like, right, because you did this. And every girl was like, right. And I would do the same thing. Like it felt like there was clarity for the first time in a long time amongst that these people, friends or not, having a conversation.
Yeah.
And even in the midst of Britney, I think doing really well under extreme pressure and a lot of emotion because she was married to this dude or with this guy for 10 years. She said after they had that segment, she goes, I'm literally shaking. And Jax goes, good, you should be.
When no one said anything about that, and like, listen, maybe nobody heard it, but I haven't seen anybody chiming in on the socials today or any articles out about Jason said that was, he didn't hear that, but that was fucked up or whatever. Like listen, not to like stroll us back into like our big three-man argument here, but like what Courtney and I have always said is that what has totally thrown us off of this show is that how big of a deal they have made Danny. Like Danny is like the worst thing that's like ever happened, when it was like so clear and obvious that like no one's gonna talk about anything else but like Danny. Like so even for us, even if Danny's problems were real, we were just like, we can't even take any of this seriously because these are not serious people. And they're doing, if Danny's really got a problem, their whole addressing of it is a real disservice to everyone involved.
Yep.
And for nobody to step out today and say, that was one of the most like threatening things that I've heard Jax say. And then to find out also later on that he like pushed her into rose bushes. Like no one has said anything about these
That
things.
was
like
horrific to learn all of
felt-
that.
oh
That was
my
horrific.
God. That's why he had to go. That's why he had the show couldn't keep him. You can't put those things out there. And
I would probably bet money that the day she sent the video of her, if she does have it on the ring camera, that she sent that to production, that was the day they were like, okay, fuck, dude, we got to get rid of him. I feel like watching Aaron and Kayla on season 6 of Love Island, where it's like, not that Jax and Britney were ever happy, but like, just like every day, I'm like, what? The Aaron, fuck. Like,
just tell her everything.
Dude, get it off the. No, mate, I did. We're good now. All right, cool. We're good. We love each other. Okay, great. Tomorrow, Aaron, fuck. What?
That is so Kayla.
Dude.
Yeah.
That is so Kayla.
Like, that's what
New
I
viewer,
felt
who
like.
it is.
Yeah, that's what I felt like watching these two. I was like, oh, that too? Oh, he pushed you in the rose bushes too?
Aaron, Jax,
Yeah, fuck. Just every day we're learning more horrific things that this dude did to this.
You know, Nat, we were talking about this on another episode with the whole like Danny, them having to really just throw him to the wolves for his stuff, and like seemingly everyone's just totally fine for Jax, and we're all overreacting because we want to shine a spotlight on it. It's that quote from Beverly Hills when Erica goes, because if we're going to talk about Erica, we're going to talk about everybody.
Yeah.
And that's what's so frustrating with the Jax. And obviously we didn't even get into it this episode, but it just reminded me of that quote that we say from Beverly Hills. It's like, yeah, great, fine. Danny has said he has something to work on. We'll get into it when we get into
and he's
episodes
working
2 and 3,
on
He's
it.
working on it.
Yeah.
But like, how are we just ignoring this guy who is now on camera with all of you? He's still threatening her.
Yeah.
You should be.
Dude.
That is a threat. And it is almost more of a promise than a threat because he's been physical with her before. It is so disheartening.
It is so disheartening, but I feel like as much as like we can hate everyone, right? Like we can hate the network for like, because they knew what they were signing up for with this dude. Like this isn't an overnight issue. Like this has been a long time coming. This guy has been who he is. So we can be pissed at them, but we can also be like happy with them that they didn't give the cast a heads up. We're probably going to shit can this guy. So you guys might want to distance yourselves because we're trying to protect you because we believe that you guys are a great cast. They don't believe they're a great cast. They let them, and I'm not saying that they're going to do anything different. I don't know what they're going to do, but they let them bury themselves and put it all on the line for a dude that like they knew they were not going to be able to keep because I'm sure, like, I don't know when the pushing into the rose bush happened. I don't know when, like, just those kinds of things happen. But, like, we are the last to know. The camera guy is the first to know. And I assume that all gets filtered back to home base, So.
But even if the cameras weren't up when that happened, you have to know that Jason and Janet both knew that happened.
Right.
And Jason is still going to ride this hard for this awful human being?
Yeah.
That's so messed up.
I saw
And now you want to be the morality police with Danny?
I saw a clip for just like a 6 minutes of like how the next reunion starts, and part of it we've already seen because it just goes into like Jax saying he's been sober, and it's just like a re-up of him and Brittany's conversation, and then it continues on. And Jason, in this next episode, he will literally stop them in their like kind of interrupt and go, Jax has only been sober off cocaine for like this amount of time. Like you can't really expect that he's going to be able to change. He needs a long time for his body to recombobulate or whatever, like his levels. Like that's not exact wording at all, but it is. The gist of it is that we cannot expect Jax to be a good person quite yet because he has been on drugs for so long that it's not an overnight thing. Your chemical levels have to balance out in this. Like, that's Jason's first interjection of the show is to say that we can't really expect too much from
Jason
Jax.
is Captain Save-A-Ho.
He's not. They
I-
have
he-
something. There's something.
Jax knows
somebody
something
made
about
it.
them.
What? Yeah. Somebody. I should just read it now because it's.
While you pull it up, when I say Captain Save-A-Ho, I don't mean it because he's living for Jax and he thinks he's the greatest
He's
man
the hoe.
alive.
He's Captain Save himself.
I think he's just trying to be like, oh, my ship is tethered to him,
Yeah.
and like we're inextricably linked, or what? And that's why I think
Yes.
he wants to save him.
And I just love it. So I love that. Like I said, we can be pissed at Bravo for even bringing this douchebag back on, but like to let us see Jason for who he truly 1000% is. I'm just grateful. I'm just hashtag blessed and hashtag gratitude.
Erica Barb said, I had a thought, what if Jax had dirt on the people to get them to follow his lead? Makes me wonder who partook in Jax's bad behavior, like the pasta. And somebody was like, all of them participated.
Yeah.
But it, like, I even misread it and commented back, this would be such a Jax thing to do, to cast a show, thinking that that's what they meant. Like, that's what he did to cast this show, was have dirt on everybody. But he probably has dirt on Janet and Jason and whoever else went along with his little plan and was like that. He jaxed them, you know?
I think that he, whatever. Like, I know that this isn't, but Jax doesn't get that, but it's not Jax's show. But like Jax did, he was a person who was trying to form this show. He was the go-to guy to, I'm sure he's the one taking the calls. He's the one pushing it. He's the one calling back, seeing where we at. I think that he tried to shepherd this show as much as an idiot like him can do.
Absolutely.
So I think that he put this cast together in a very like Moneyball-ish way, where it's like, okay, like he picked and chose people that he thought would provide something. I think that Nia and Danny, he thought, oh, she's a beauty queen. There's some draw to that. Danny's just like kind of a cheesy idiot, like no one's ever gonna like him, but like Nia, like everybody they'll like to see a beauty queen and whatever. Totally underestimated how much people would like them. Totally underestimated how much a Miss USA could be loved and relatable. Like Jax isn't smart enough to think about like all of Nia's traits. All he's seeing is her on paper. She's a little perfect beauty queen with a little short king voiceover actor that is kind of like, like just did not take that seriously. Totally underestimated that they would be the most relatable couple on here.
And even if not relatable, loved.
Totally. But like, who would ever think you could relate to Miss USA?
Yeah.
Like that's the last person that women would be like, oh, let me
see myself
just see
in her.
Yeah, I see myself in Miss USA.
Miss USA, 4th degree black belt, like
Exactly.
mega accomplished.
Yeah.
Mother of 4.
Yeah. Just and I don't believe this, but it popped into my head. I was like, dude, what if everyone on this show has a problem with Danny and Nia because like they don't know anyone they never met anyone.
Yeah,
like
they've
Danny
never
and
met
Nia.
anyone like
All
them.
of their friends are
Yeah.
fucking degenerate
Exactly.
psychos.
Yeah.
And now they have like 2 normies in their life, and they're like, whoa, whoa, and they're freaking out about it because they don't know what to do, right?
Yeah.
And so since all of their friends are lying, cheating degenerates, when someone's not, you're like, bullshit. That's bullshit. You're fucking bullshitting me.
Yeah.
Well,
Nope.
yeah, because you think that people act how you act. Like when I'm talking to someone, I don't think they're lying to me because I am not.
Right.
That's how I don't communicate that way.
Yeah.
So to your point, Mike.
Yeah, I mean, that's literally what I'm saying. Like, these people don't understand it. They think that they do believe that Danny and Nia are full of shit.
Yeah.
Because they don't think there are people like that are truly, they're not real, right? Those people don't exist. In the same sort of weird thing, like going back to somebody went to the network and was like, all right, you know how we have reality shows and it's like 10 normies and 2 villains? Let's try 10 villains and 2 normies. Who would cast that show? Who would come up with that idea?
ultimate
Jax.
villain.
Jax fucking Taylor.
Yeah.
Who's the ultimate villain, who has made a career out of villains, who thinks that villains are everything in reality TV show. So let's cast a bunch of fucking villains to just shit on each other.
Yeah.
And then somebody was probably like, dude, we can't have 10 villains. And he's like, no, we can't. It'll be sick. It'll be so fucking rad. And they're like, no, we're going to put the two churchies. And he was probably like, the fucking ass grabber? No, these two are fake as shit. They're not real villains. Like, let's fucking do it. All right, fine, put them. We're going to take them down. But Jax would be the person, just like he doesn't trust them because he's never seen that in his life, never had experience with it. He would also be the one that's like, no, let's just cast a bunch of me's.
Yeah. Well, no. So then the next people on the Moneyball roster would be Jesse. Jesse, to him, oh, he's a douchebag. He's going to normalize. We're here to normalize douchebaggery. Like I'm never going to look more douchey than this guy.
Well, remember they were talking about how I guess Jax was showing Britney stuff from the guy's chat.
Yeah.
Their group text. And it's part of him saying like, oh, maybe it wasn't the group chat, but it was something about like how Jax doesn't like Jesse.
Yeah.
And all that stuff. Like Jax is loyal to no one but himself.
No, this is all like handpicked. How can I shine the best? How can I run this crew and like, how am I going to place these people to where I will always be here? Brittany and I will be the king and queen of this, because he has no idea that like this is all.
I don't think Jax has ever thought to himself, I'm the shining, like in a good way, like a shining star. He has always known he was the piece of shit that everyone hated. I don't think Jax had any intention to cast a show with other like people worse than him, to give himself an opportunity to look better. He dives into looking like a fucking piece of shit.
I think that Jax believes that he had, like, do you remember that argument that he had with Sandoval? Like after Sandoval was happening and he shows up and he's at the table and he's like, you need to get your shit together. I'm a family man now. I own a house. I've got the kids. I'm doing the basketball league, like whatever. I'm over at the Y. You know,
he was basically saying,
with
look
the youth,
to me.
Yeah, look to me. You too can have all of this. You know, he really believed himself to be graduated to a level of like, oh, I'm in the cul-de-sac in, you know, Sherman Oaks or wherever the fuck they live. Yeah. And you don't think? Oh my God. Then what was that entire scene about?
An audition to get back on the show?
Yeah, like it's bullshit.
No,
it's like always
bullshit, but he thought that he could portray those things.
Jax Taylor is a legend in his own mind.
Yes.
He has delusions of grandeur that he truly believes.
Yes.
And I think that when he starts to not believe it, that's probably when he would reach for some substance, right? To build him back up again, because you're the king of the world when you got an 8-ball up your nose.
Yeah.
Or whatever, you're hammered, right?
Yeah.
The reality of what's going on is not really setting. You're still living in that fantasy land.
Yeah.
Riding your golf cart around Studio City to my bar. Like I think really has curated he's been very successful at it. I will say that.
Yeah,
I think
like way too successful.
Way too successful.
It's like, who let this happen?
Yeah.
Somebody let this happen, and shame on you. Like, shame.
But like that, to that end, he has been able to curate a very decently constructed life, where he was on that show for almost Vanderpump Rules for almost a decade.
Yeah.
He bought a $2 million house. He got the girl. They have a beautiful child. Like he got a lot of stuff that people who work really hard and are really good people are after. Now, granted, it's all coming apart at the seams.
And Britney was spearheading all of the. She's the one that got in everything over the finish line.
Yes, she was the front for the business, right? The illegal business, essentially. But it doesn't matter. Like he got away with it. I think that's what's so fascinating to me. He got away with it for so long because I think he was so good at spinning all the plates, at causing chaos, so you weren't really paying attention to what he was doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like he was. That's why I said he is the ultimate villain. Now that's a terrible thing to be, and we don't want him to perpetuate this cycle, and we don't want people to emulate him. But he for being a villain, he did it in a way that I haven't seen anyone else do it.
But you think it was an accident? You don't think
No,
he was like leaned into that?
No, I think it was totally, that's what I'm saying. I think it was totally intentional. I think he curated this life of being a shithead. And how about this?
You think that Jax really believes that he is the villain?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I think he thought he was making good TV. Like,
Right,
I'm a
yeah,
star. I'm a
Yes,
rock star.
yes,
Just
yes,
like how
yes,
a rock
yes,
star
right.
can go into a hotel and
Right.
trash it, but that's what rock stars are supposed to do. I think that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying, the delusions of grandeur and like him thinking that all of this, like he's allowed to do it because he's Jax Taylor.
He's like pouring again because he can't even handle this. The next person on this roster would be Jasmine. Let's take Jasmine. I think that was as dumb of an idea as oh, we need some diversity and she's lesbian. Oh, double wham.
Yeah,
like, so
100%.
let's get her. No problem. Okay.
Yep.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that we're looking in
Through the lens of Jax
what's
Taylor.
this podcast called? The mind,
Mind
of a man. The mind of a man named Jax Trash Taylor. So he's thinking, oh, I got that now. I got that wrapped up too. Okay, great. Brittany wants her little friend from Kentucky. Zach, okay, fine. Your friend can come. Fine, great. Who cares? Like, he thinks that Zach is just like there for comedic relief. And then, but to finish off with Jesse, I don't think that Jesse took him where he wanted to go. I feel like Jesse, about halfway into the season, Jesse was like, he's a little too smart for his own good. Very stupid in other ways. Like, what a horrible episode Jesse had. Like, Jesse, do us all of us Jesse stands over here who are trying so hard to like look past all of your ridiculousness because we just don't like Michelle or we're like not entertained by her. Do us a favor and just like do a little prep work before you get on camera again. Like, this could have been solved so easily. Like, why you couldn't have just come up with some better. You played. He was a little bit Jaxy in this, where it's like Michelle would say something and Michelle would be like, "That didn't happen." He'd be like, "Well, fine." Like, he would just give up. Like, he didn't have. If it didn't fit what he had just said, he didn't even have anything to back it up with. He didn't even have like an argument that like might make you, oh, well, I could see that. Like, try harder. You're humiliating all of us. Not all, but I'm speaking for myself as just someone who just like, if it's you or her, I'm going you because you're more entertaining, but like, I hate myself for it. And it would be great if you could help me out with that. I would
Help me help you.
Yeah.
My favorite one of those moments you're speaking of is when he was like, oh, you just kept trying to win. You kept trying. And she was like, win what?
Yeah.
And he was like,
Well, no,
Nothing.
that's the next.
Next
That's what I wanted to
question,
get
Andy?
into. That's this next
Okay.
segment.
no, win what, bro? Like,
Okay.
answer the fucking question.
Yes. Okay. So the last people in this group are
Kristen and Luke.
Okay. Kristen, like, he didn't choose her. Like, I feel like it was Kristen and Jax's show.
100%.
You know, yeah.
Yeah.
So Kristen and Luke aside, the last people on the handpicked Moneyball team is Janet and Jason. And I think that Janet and Jason might be the only ones that actually delivered and like stayed the course of what he asked of them. And it's so good. It's just so fucking good. Because even dumbass Jesse halfway through the season was like, this doesn't look like this horse is falling behind.
Not performing the way we anticipated.
Not performing.
It really is. Be careful what you ask for because you just might get it.
Yeah.
Or
So
wish
Jax, Janet, and Jason are your most loyal friends. I hope you reward them with whatever it is you have to give. You couldn't even give them server jobs anymore. But isn't that funny that they are actually the ones that I think probably stayed true to the discussion that they probably had all from the beginning.
Oh, yeah. And they're not even being helpful to him.
Well,
But that's because
they're being helpful to him, but it just doesn't matter because he's unhelpable.
But this is the point. Like, it almost makes all of them look
Yeah.
terrible just as a bucket
No,
of a swath of people. Like,
Yeah.
even though they're standing up for him, it somehow makes them look crappy and it makes him look worse.
Yes,
somehow.
exactly. Because there's no standing up for that. Like, this person is so, it's another level of what I just said about Jesse. Like, Jax is just like not even trying to do anything that would like if you ask people, if I'm a leader and I ask people to follow me, if I'm a good leader, I'm worried. I'm acknowledging every day that I ask these people to follow me
Yeah.
and that to trust in me, and I will get you to the promised land.
Yeah.
And like Jax doesn't have that, and you're so stupid if you thought that he did have the actual like character to give a shit about anyone but himself. So I'm just, it's just so nice to see everyone exposed. But when I was just thinking about all the people that he put into place, I thought, how crazy is it that Janet and Jason were the most loyal and did never wavered on like their commitment.
To me, that's poetic.
That
is poetic justice.
So good.
So the next chunk that we get into is what Mike was just touching on with the, you want Jesse, Michelle, you wanted to win, all that stuff. And I just had the same thought that Mike did, where it's like, this is a ridiculous conversation because Jesse, he's trying to beat the same drum that he was doing during the season. And it didn't really, it landed a little bit then because it wasn't a reunion. Things just hit different in a reunion. So I think you have a little bit more leeway to like play different people against other people and come in a little bit more premeditated. But I just think it's like, this didn't really land during the season and it's not really landing now.
Yeah.
So after that section, which do you have anything to say about when they were just talking about like the win-lose thing really quickly?
This was Michelle's greatest episode, aside from the Zen party.
Yeah.
Like it is kind of funny. I don't know if it'll matter. I don't know what will come of any of this, but the Zen party was great for her.
Yeah.
And this episode was great for her to just say, if only we cared, if only we were so caring about like the divorce between these two. I feel like the whole discussion was more annoying for viewers to watch because it is just like, oh my God, is this still happening? And also the fact that we know that her and Aaron aren't together anymore and whatever. But like, that's really
why I do think she'll get invited back for season 3 because I just can't. Her and Jesse have such conflict and they're still in the thick of this divorce and child custody.
Yeah.
And I just, especially now that she just got broken up with or she broke up with him, however it happened, the relationship ended. I just couldn't imagine the producers thinking that I'm interested to know like what happened and then how is this going to affect how you and Jesse relate to one another. Is Jesse going to be kind about it and a gentleman, or is he going to try to like use this against you? And now, you know what I'm saying? Like,
no,
I just
dude,
think
we've all been there as women, like she was winning in with respect to like that she moved on with someone that like he kind of thought or had convinced himself or tried to convince himself and viewers, but I think at the same time convinced himself that she had left him for someone. And so I think that everything that he is saying to her is just such projection of like, and I'm also just so pissed at him because he did such a shitty job in all of this. And Truth for Peace also went out on a limb for him. And I don't think she does that often. I never see her really on the wrong side, And like, I live on the wrong side, so like, welcome. But like, I was like, you don't belong here. This is a little shanty. You belong over here with the goods.
you're not from this neck of the woods, Truth.
You're on the wrong side of the tracks.
You go back to the positive polys with Cork.
Yeah, totally. So. Fuck, what was I talking about?
Jesse and
Oh, yeah. Okay, so we could see this whole dynamic shifting if she's kind of down and out, going through a breakup, single Sally, and he's going to be like, chin up, you're going to do great. I feel like he's going to treat her so much better while she's
so
going
much worse. It could go either way. That's all I'm saying. We don't know. He could be even worse.
How could he be? How much
you
worse
broke up
could
our
he
marriage
get?
for that guy. I can't believe you introduced our daughter to him. He could really go for the.
I think he's going to take this opportunity to be Captain Save-A-Ho.
See, I don't know. I don't know because I trust him as far as I could throw him, and I could see him using this to just keep cutting her down.
Cutting her down to what though? Like. Jesse just wants to be the nice guy. Jesse wants to be the guy that.
Well, he's got a hell of a way of showing it.
No. But like that's what he wants. Like he wants to be benevolent and be like someone who is helping the needy. And she's real like, oh, poor gal, poor old gal. Like that's kind of how I think that he's going to cash in on an opportunity to be the empathetic, sympathetic patter on the head. And do you want to come over and have dinner with Isabella and I?
I don't know. I don't feel that.
Well, she's gonna move on and get some other dude any second, so I don't think he'll have the opportunity.
Again, this is why I want her back on season 3 because I want to see what's going to happen. The next little chunk is it's when I say fluff, I just mean like it's nothing hard hitting, but it was very sweet. It was Kristen and Nia just talking about their pregnancy, and I did not realize that their due dates were within like a week of each other, like 5 days or something. And I thought that was so sweet.
When she said I'm 33 weeks and 3 days, and then Nia said I'm just under 34 weeks. I'm like, so basically you guys banged on the same night and like this happened. Like that's, first of all, that's adorable. Like besties being like, oh my God, we conceived on the same night. I think that's so sweet.
Me too.
But like, a week apart, like same week, like that's kind of nutty.
And it's so
like
sweet.
if Courtney were to be pregnant at the same time, like, and go through that entire journey together, like that would be incredible. Like, who can ask for more than to have like your best friend going through that same exact thing?
Because Nia is very seasoned in the world of pregnancies, and I'm sure Kristen was like a little bit nervous for the first few months, just until we hit 3 months or whatever. And she had her best friend that she could, or one of her closest friends that she could go to and be like, is this normal? Is this going on? And it's her homegirl.
Yeah.
And she saw her through the whole pregnancy journey. And I thought it was so sweet.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Mike, what do you think about your pregnancy journey?
Well,
Are you pregnant with meteor wine?
Yeah, I'm about to be. I'm about to be. That's the thing though with the like season 3 is if they don't find some real friends. And like, what is season 3? So you got Danny and Nia with a newborn and now 4 kids. You got Luke and Kristen who tried all season 2 to have a kid and now they're having a kid. You got Fanit and Tiger who, hey guys, you also have a kid, FYI. So that's 3 couples with kids. Jesse and Michelle hate each other. They got a kid. I mean, honestly, I don't need Britney. Britney can go. I thought Britney was a fucking disaster this entire episode.
Oh.
So she can go too. But like, what do we get next season? Like Janet and Jason can't fucking run amok, right? With now that everyone's got newborns and kids, like Danny and Nia are 100% not coming back for another season of bullshit, right?
What?
I mean, they're not going to come
they
back.
Got a mortgage, bro. They're coming back for those
Okay,
double
listen to what I'm saying. Okay. They're not coming back for another season of bullshit. So they're not going to come back and get shit on for another season. They're coming back being like, no, you guys can all fuck yourselves. We're 2 seasons in a row, back-to-back champs. All of y'all can suck on these fucking titties, right? So like, these 2 are.
At least it was titties, not nuts.
I was going to say
that's very femme of you. Yeah. I love that.
So like they're coming back with Kristen on there, like on their job. Like those are the 2 co-captains of season 3, and they're having kids together 3 days apart. Like if season 3 is not anything other than let's have babies and see what happens and like go to the park and do play dates and like. What I don't understand how and Michelle and fucking what's her name are getting married. Like next season should just be Melissa and Jasmine are getting married. Like next season should just be a fucking love fest. What else is there to do? Everyone is set up for a love fest, an engagement, a wedding, more babies.
Hopefully it is filled with love, new parenting, growth.
But
I mean, I know that's pie in the sky, but
right. But what else? Like, I just don't understand what season 3. If they don't change this, if it's another season of this, I don't even have to threaten not to do season 3 because this show will get fucking canceled. Like 100%, this show is getting canceled.
I think that you are. I don't know. I think that there's many different viewers viewing for many different reasons, and I think that not everybody is the kind of viewer that you are.
Agreed.
Fine, but the ratings are in the absolute shitter for this show.
Wait, speaking of ratings,
but how is it our highest viewed recap? Like how is it that Next Gen has 5.5 million viewers on episode 1?
I didn't. Did you know that?
No.
Hmm.
And then, well, I mean, like I knew it before.
Yeah, 5.4 million for
There's
their.
zero chance that.
Gia just said it on.
Gia
Gaducci just said
yeah,
it.
you think the Gaducci's ever lie?
Bro, you guys. That's so cute.
Gia
but
Gaducci
there's
said
zero fucking chance.
And Andy didn't correct her.
AGT
Yeah,
is
Andy
the
didn't correct
number
her.
one show on fucking television in the summer, and we barely get those numbers on network television.
She said it to Andy.
It's not.
And Andy didn't correct her.
It's not. I didn't hear that, but you 100% misunderstood her. She has her facts misunderstood. 5.5 million.
I'm airing this. Just keep on burying yourself.
Fucking air it. The Valley was the highest rated Bravo show in 1 billion years, and it got 650,000 views. There are viewers.
Listen, she could totally be wrong. I'm just saying she
this would be
did
the
say
highest
whether
Bravo
she's
show
right or
in
not.
the
She did
history of the
say
world.
there
Yeah.
were 5.4 million viewers on like the first episode. And she
Maybe she means like after all this time, like it's like accumulated, like going back
Cumulative
to
numbers.
watch it. I'm like, because I don't know how these.
5.4 million across all platforms within 35 days.
Okay, so 5.5 million people watched the first episode of Next Gen.
Yeah.
Which I thought was
across-
kind of funny because the question was, do you think Ava wants to come back? And she goes, well, she does now.
which is why, Gia, I see you, girl.
Yeah.
Okay, like that's what I was saying. Like you, it's for my career. My career. This show is your career right
Yeah.
now, not your Dolce & Gabbana pop up.
I love. First of all, I've always liked Gia. I don't remember her bratty phase. I thought if she had a bratty face, she was just a little baby. Like she was just a little girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But wait, how great was she on? And I know obviously we're talking about a different show, but it's Bravo, so we're all friends. Here.
Yeah.
When she said,
She literally called it out.
she called herself out. And by the way, it was my theory.
Yeah.
When she was like, I had to step up to basically be a surrogate parent, and I just want to have more fun, and like I don't have to be that way. She was self-reflective.
Totally.
And it was so amazing because
Yeah.
Andy's like, I just have to say that it's more self-reflection
In
that I've
one fucking season.
in one question
Yeah.
from you than I've seen in 18 years from
Yeah.
your mom on this show. No shade to your mom. It's just a compliment to you.
It's
And
funny how many times he said no shade to your mom, because like I never hear Andy really kowtow to them. Like I never. He was like, no shade, no shade. No, like it was almost like the mob was outside his door right now, and he's like, just saying no shade.
It's pretty great. So they come back from the commercial break. I did have this one note where, someone was talking about Janet's glow up or whatever, and she goes, including the baby, I lost 70 pounds. And it's like, that's such a Janet
Has anybody
comment.
ever included the baby
like,
in
That's
it?
exactly right.
Literally took the words out of my fucking note. Like, A, the only person that says something like that is a fucking dumbass. And B, what does that even mean?
Right.
At what point? At what point? The baby now? The baby when you got pregnant? Like, what point? The baby at 7-pound baby? 40-pound baby now? Like, what are you talking about? That is it's not, I couldn't think of the word, but it's like whatever that person is, like just going to make the simplest thing the absolute fucking most difficult thing ever on the history of the earth. Like every single thing is worse than, it's so much worse than it actually is. Oh, but including the baby, I don't even know what the fuck that means.
Yeah.
And I can't believe no one straight looked at her in the face and was like, bitch, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Because she was talking to Jax. So
Also-
what's
I
think
Jax
that's
gonna
why.
say? Yeah.
Jax
That
doesn't
he
care about
would have
anything
been the one
unless
to
it's
say
about
it,
himself.
I do think it was funny that when she was having that conversation, she was literally like wiping her fucking sweat out of her, which like, I don't hate on that at all. I remember being in junior high and being super sweaty and being like, my life is ruined. Like if anybody ever sees this, and now it's just like people sweat. I don't know what to tell you. And like also you grow out of it. That was like in 7th grade when like, you're just fucking growing up. But I thought it was funny that they aired that. They do not like Janet.
No.
Who does?
Yeah. When we officially get back from the commercial break, they were still kind of talking about the pregnancy stuff, more specifically, Nia wanting to get plastic surgery, her mommy makeover stuff. And I just have to say, I'm not trying to like have my head up Nia's tuchus.
I am. It's a great tuchus.
No, I just mean like I'm not. I live for her, but I feel like I don't want someone to come for me being like, you just love anything she says, so why should I believe you? I just have more meteor. Okay.
Hold on, wait. I'm gonna take Claudia Oshai's take on if you're sleeping on Nia, that says more about you than it says about me. I'll never fucking forget that line.
Yes, agreed. And listen, call it the pageant training, call it just natural instinct and who she is, call it a mix of all of this shit. I love how she answered the question of just like, listen, I've been in this industry for so many years.
Yeah.
We live in LA. Like, I want to feel like myself again, whatever that definition of myself is to me. I want that body back. I don't want my tits to feel like they're not these cute, perky things that I once had. And whether she should want that or not, I say it all the time, own it and you're free. And I feel like she owns her stuff so beautifully, whether you agree with plastic surgery or like, no, you've birthed 4 children, you're amazing, you don't need to do any of this stuff. You can't argue with her.
Yeah.
Because she's just like, it's just what I want.
Yeah.
And I just really love Nia, guys. I really
know.
do.
I love Nia so much.
I'm
I'm just proud of her. I'm just fucking proud
Hundy P.
to have a person like Nia want to be involved in this, and I just love her.
I bet she doesn't want to be involved in it so much anymore. Obviously, we've talked about plastic surgery on the show and your nose that you should never change, and like
I
whatever.
know I'm being ridiculous,
Yeah,
everyone,
yeah.
just for the record.
Oh,
So
can
here's
I just sorry?
Yeah.
Oh, you can do whatever you want.
Oh, I don't want to. Are you going to lose your train of thought?
Probably. That's what I do.
Okay, so then go and we'll do
I
that.
just like everyone, like the mirror is a funny thing, right? We all know that. We look in the mirror and we'd be like, oh, I hate that. And people would be like, what are you fucking talking about? Like I tell her all day long, like she's the cutest thing I've ever seen in my life. And she's like, you're a fucking blind idiot, right? That being said, and everyone's allowed to do whatever they want. When they show flashbacks of Britney, it's the only time I'm ever like, you fucking idiot. You butchered your goddamn face. You used to be so fucking cute and so and cute girls, like that's, to me, that's the jam. Cute
and
girls
very
are
girl
the best.
next door,
Like,
cute girl. Yeah.
Perfect, classic cute girl next door. Like every time they go back, I'm like, oh yeah, dude, Britney used to be fucking super smoking, and she. Again, I hope she looks in the mirror and says, I'm fucking the hottest thing in the world. I truly do, because that'll make you feel like $1 million. But man alive, if I had a magic wand, I would right back to pre-surgery.
Yeah. I think she didn't need it
Not at
at
all.
all. Any of it, quite
And
frankly.
it ruined. Like it's in my opinion.
Yeah.
That's in my opinion. Maybe if she if she likes it, fucking great. Love
And by
it.
the way, everything that she's done, if she did have regrets, is pretty reversible. Like she could remove her breast implants because I do think they're
Hold
just
on, let's not get crazy. I'm talking about the facial area.
Okay. Well, okay. So the next big chunk, which no one will find this surprising that I have a few things to say about this, is when we start talking about Michelle and Jesse's divorce. And the first thing that they kind of started talking about, which I understood exactly what Michelle was saying when she started describing what really was the straw that broke the camel's back that led her to ask for the divorce. She goes, we had an anniversary. Obviously, she hadn't been happy, but she goes, and then we celebrated an anniversary. And I remember like so distinctly how I felt in that moment. And I just thought to myself, am I going to feel this way for the rest of my life? And it doesn't matter if it's a relationship with a significant other, a friendship, a job that you really fucking hate, but like you've given it the good old team try to like make it work. At a certain point, you have that reckoning with yourself of, what if this is the rest of my life? Like I don't want to live my life like that.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I just felt, and again, I'm not a Michelle stan, but like I did feel for her when she said that because I did understand that feeling that she was talking about. Like I remember I had a job one time and I was like, I'm going to die here.
Yeah.
Like this is killing my soul. This can't be the rest of my life. And then very quickly we got into Jesse talking about how he feels Michelle weaponizes their daughter. He also said, I guess to his credit, he's like, and I weaponize her also. And it's,
I know, like,
okay.
He thought that she was going to be like, oh, if you're admitting it too, then I guess I will.
Right.
Like, no, bro. But also, I just want to say, let me tell you who's going to be weaponizing who. Isabella is going to be weaponizing.
She's gonna be working you too.
Yeah. Take it from a Peru. Okay. Like when you've got these two ding dongs going back and forth over just bullshit for however long, Isabella is sneaking out the back door with her boyfriend with a motorcycle and a pack of cools. Like that's how this story goes. And she's going to be able to get whatever she wants from each of them because that's what children of divorce do. We don't mean to do it. We just do it.
He said he was just like, you do that. And she goes, no, I don't. I just have to speak to you and operate with you in a certain manner because you don't hear me unless I say, great, you don't want Isabella to see my dying mother, then Isabella's not going to go to Boston for a week over the holidays.
Yeah.
Because that's how you're playing. So I didn't invent the game. I'm just playing it the way that it's structured as of right now. And Jesse said, well, you're wrong. You do weaponize her. Everyone in the comments says that. And I really live for an Andy Cohen like chime in. And he did it a few times this episode and they were both pointed to Jesse.
Yeah.
And he goes, the comment section isn't judge and jury. Like that's not what you should be basing your relationship, your co-parenting relationship with Michelle off of. And he's such a historical revisionist.
Yeah.
Because when they brought up, he goes, I hired a behavioral therapist. And she goes, we hired a behavioral therapist. And she kept interrupting him. And he would never just say, correct, we hired. Let me amend the record, Your Honor. We hired a behavioral therapist. He can't give her an inch.
No.
And
it's so obvious to everyone. Like, Jesse, just fucking take 2 seconds to do a minuscule of work. Just like you're humiliating yourself, but you're also humiliating everyone else who has been like trying to fucking be, he did this and she did this. It's all like everyone that has been trying to see this evenly he's just like pissing in their faces. Like, and it's fucking shitty. Like he had the worst episode. This was the worst I've ever seen him.
For him.
It was very Jax-like because all we've been talking about is how Jax will go on about these things. And it's like Jax has no dignity in his word. Like it just like means jack dick to him, like nothing. And that's where Jesse's getting. And Jesse's always been actually pretty good at like maneuvering. And like he just showed his ass so hardcore. And it's just like you humiliated yourself, you've embarrassed us all, and thanks for fucking nothing.
Well, when she said, yes, we did hire a behavioral therapist, and they said, you should give me grace. You should let Isabella see her grandmother. We should talk, like all of these things. And she goes, and you did none of it.
Yeah, none of it.
You did none of it. And that
you hired someone thinking you were going to fucking win
they
this.
were going to agree. Yes, exactly.
And who's winning now? Who's looking to win now?
Correct. And he said it in the season multiple times, how competitive he is. And by the way, you used to play hockey at some sort of competitive level. Usually any athlete that I've ever known is a pretty competitive person.
Yeah.
And I just thought it's the micro of the macro of Jesse. It's the pattern that he repeats everywhere where he thinks that he's going in for the kill, being like, I hired a behavioral therapist. And she's like, right. And they said to do this and you did none of it. End of story. And that's why this is a cyclical dog chasing its tail thing. Just like in a little while, we're going to get to where she goes, right. And who's paying your rent? And he's like, I am. And she goes, who's giving you the money to pay your rent? And then in the episode before, he's saying how money has been a challenge for him right now. You can't play smart and stupid at the same time, Jesse. You can't sit here and say you're struggling financially and then say, but I've got it all covered.
Yeah.
And he just keeps doing this. Like he enters into an argument thinking, here's my ace card that like, I'm going to fucking play on you fools. And then he doesn't realize you haven't read the whole fucking book.
Yeah.
So he doesn't, it's like, when you were in high school and you had to read a certain chunk of like the Scarlet Letter or whatever it is, and you're going off on some tangent and it's like, oh no, he didn't read that section.
The reading.
Because he doesn't realize that that's actually not how it ends. That's the micro of the macro of Jesse.
Yeah.
You want to hear a funny story?
Always.
So Paulo Coelho is one of my favorite authors, and I read.
Same. Didn't know that about you.
Yeah, I read one of his books. It's the one about the girl in the mental institution. I don't remember this, but I don't think I finished the book. And I bought the book to a lady friend prior to Natalie and I being the love of each other's
You
lives.
bought a book for a lady friend?
For a lady friend, and was like, "Oh, this is gonna be this most amazing book. Yeah, I read it so good." And she did, because she loved reading books. And later on, one day, she was like,
she
"Did
knows
you
how to
know?"
read. Show off.
I know that one girl I dated who knew how to read.
Down the river, by the river Piedra, I sat down and wept.
That was it.
Oh,
Okay,
it's so good.
So one day she's like, "Oh, that's like the keyboard. Why it's a QWERTY and not like A B C D E F G is because that's how it used to be, and people like were going too fast and making too many mistakes, so they kind of switched it up." And I was like, "Oh, that's crazy. I didn't know that." And she was like, "What do you mean you didn't know that?" And I'm like, I never heard that before." And she's like, "It's literally in the book that you just bought me and told me to read that you said was one of your favorite books." And I was like, I don't think I ever finished the book. But I like,
Oh my God. You should go back and finish the book. It will rip your heart
listen,
out.
I may have just forgotten it because I'm not a not finish a book guy. Like, I'm not a big reader.
You're also not a
anybody to,
fibber. I don't take you as a liar.
yeah, but I'm definitely
Exaggerator.
what were we just talking about? Like, I don't remember stuff.
yeah, so that was it.
could have probably been that, but I do not. Even she explained the whole thing and I was like, I don't remember any of what you're talking about.
This was another thing during the section where they're talking about their divorce, and Jesse consults Jesse for the divorce because he's his own lawyer. And this is what I'm saying about, like, you can't play smart and stupid at the same time. All of his arguments are the same. It's he dumps the fucking little nugget of Michelle sleeping with the billionaire for $1,500 a night, whether it's true or not. We do not believe it's true, but dumps that into the group chat, immediately says like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to say that. I felt guilty about it." Then you get drunk and you call her a whore, but then you say, "But I didn't believe it." It's like, what, Jesse, what is it? And so when he's talking about the divorce and how he's representing himself, right, because you don't have the money to hire legal counsel. Because if you did, trust, Jesse, from the guy who wants to win the most of anyone on this cast, you want more than Janet. You want to win, but you can't. And the way to win is to get Marty fucking Singer, okay? Or like Marty Singer's probably not a divorce lawyer, but like Laura Wasser, right?
Yeah.
That's how you win, okay?
Yeah.
You get the best divorce attorney in this country. And if you could afford her,
Yeah.
you would. And so the reason you're not spending money on a lawyer is because you don't have that money to spend. And by the way, I don't care, but you can't tell us that everything's fine and dandy with your finances and you just chose in all of this copious spare time you have while you're dating someone who lives 2 hours minimum one way from you. You have a young child who he was calling a baby. She's not a baby. I can't stand when people do that. She's 4 years old. She's going to have the baby. Then she's not a baby. She's a toddler. She's a child. Anyway, and he's trying to like rebuild his career and he's filming this TV show. So you really are trying to lead me to believe that you have the desire and the time to be your own legal counsel. Okay, sure.
Well, he does have a team of consultants that he's working
course.
with.
Do you think
don't
they're-
forget about them.
Do you think that they're just like the attorneys at the
It's
realty
his like
group?
publicist.
No, it's
Or it's just like the people that work down the hall in legal
it's
at
one
where does he
real
work?
estate attorney.
He works for Brandy and Rainey Williams at Williams and Williams, which is the like estates or whatever, like the Beverly Hills Estates.
Oh, you mean Lally Estates?
Lally Estates.
So yeah, it's the
But the
lawyer that
brokerage
works
he's under.
there. And that guy's getting super pissed that Lally keeps fucking emailing him stupid ass questions about his divorce. And then he managed to use LegalZoom to set up his LLC, and he's milking the fucking free lawyer that he got on that deal to be like, "Hey man, so I had some questions about divorce," and he's like, we set up LLCs, bro, not divorces. No, but just
He's like,
while I got you here.
said
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
question was about an easement.
Yeah.
Right. Like, I'm a real estate attorney, bro. I don't know anything about
Yeah.
why you think she should now pay you back for this wedding,
Yeah.
which, by the way, if you did the math, 150K, 55 people, that is $2,700 a head.
Sounds pretty fancy to me.
That's insane. He must have paid for everyone's travel and their hotel rooms.
Jesse?
For $2,700 a head?
Oh my God.
The wedding was 55 people. I think it was in Europe or Napa. I can't remember what they said.
That's a big difference.
And it was 150K for 55 people. That's 2,700 a head. That's insane. But really, let's get to maybe the most egregious part of this conversation for me, which was when he just showed again how controlling he is, where his girlfriend can meet Isabella, but he doesn't think it's right for Aaron to meet Isabella because it's fine for a woman to meet their girl child, but not a man. A grown man can't meet her child. First of all, she lives in the world. She's meeting plenty of grown men. You're a grown man. Other
No.
people she's been around other grown men. But again, this is when Andy, I thought, served up something great. And he was like, my daughter meets men all the time. Like, it's
I
a
didn't even
thing
hear Andy
Yeah.
say that.
and it's so one-sided. It's so misogynistic. It's so controlling. Like, oh, you think that it's okay that your girlfriend of 4 minutes is braiding her hair and meeting her, but she can't introduce Aaron? Unless
Listen,
you had a rule that no one's introducing.
If you take Jesse and her out of it,
Yeah.
and you came to me and said, would you rather, or feels less, or whatever. Yeah, a girl meeting another woman who's also a mother of a child of a similar age. I think that they have similar. I don't, whatever.
He didn't say. He said like he alluded to the fact that she has a kid, but he didn't say. So that could also be his word salad trying to mislead us. So I'm not saying that she has a
We're
kid.
not sure if she has a kid.
He didn't say she has he alluded to it, but he didn't specifically
didn't
say
she-
she has a child.
Well, didn't he say she's also a mother?
Oh, did she?
He did, yeah.
I
Oh,
mean,
maybe,
that's what I
maybe,
took from it. But
maybe.
like
I
now,
could be
but
totally
with
wrong.
you even just bringing it up, like I don't fucking remember. But that's what I took from it, was that she was a mother.
Yeah.
So if that's the case, yeah, I'm much more comfortable with that than just like with everything you hear out in the world these days. Like it's just I understand that. Do I think that Jesse takes any of that into real consideration?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, like a responsible
Yeah.
dad told that to Jesse, right? Like
Exactly.
who had a responsible
Yeah.
divorce and a responsible co-parenting situation. Like that guy said that to Jesse, and Jesse was like, "Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use that."
Yeah.
So like, I'm with you. Like, I was kind of like, if I'm hearing this from anyone but Jesse, I'm like, okay, I can see that. I understand how that makes sense.
It's just that
But
it's
you
Jesse.
don't feel
Yeah,
that
you don't
way.
fucking-
You're
you.
being a fucking
Yeah.
dick.
But wait, then do you think if they had a little boy, then that woman couldn't meet him because
Listen,
he's-
there's
No,
a
women are
double
just different.
standard. Like
Women are
like
just
it's what he was saying. There's a definite double standard. He was signifying that double standard. If they had a little boy, I don't think it would have mattered who.
I'd have that double standard too, though.
Yeah.
Like I would way more be comfortable with another woman with my little son or little daughter than I would
Yeah.
with a man that I don't trust. I don't know. I don't like whatever. There's just, especially as just a parent, I assume that, like, I remember being with my like little goddaughters at home, and I've never in my life been so weary about people around us. Like we went to In-N-Out, and just like a man that was sitting at another table just started like talking to them about something, and I was like on high alert. And this was a totally normal whatever, but I was like and I never look at people that way. I never look at anyone as a threat. But when I had them in my care and I'm taking them out for an after school snack at In-N-Out, and like this guy just starts striking up a conversation with them out of nowhere, my mind went to the worst places ever. So I understand that that's
Okay.
a thing.
Let me ask you this. Let's say you had a child with your ex-husband.
Yeah.
And now he's dating, and your ex-husband's not like a mythical person. It's who it actually was. So like take that for what you will, where like now he's dating who he would date.
Yeah.
And you start dating Mike, and you guys start dating both of these people at
Yeah.
the same time. And he is bringing his girlfriend around your daughter, but he won't let Mike be around your daughter. How would you feel?
No, I'm not saying that it's right. I'm just saying
No,
that
I'm saying, would you still say like, no, I get it and I respect it because like would you still think it's not, I get that you're saying like it's a double standard and all of that
Yeah.
stuff. I'm saying, would you still be okay with it if it was in your backyard like that? Like where your ex-husband was saying Mike couldn't meet your daughter.
No,
but
I
his
mean, I
girlfriend
wouldn't
could.
listen. I don't listen to anyone about anything. So like, no, I'm not like obeying the law. Like I'm being like, okay, and I'm doing whatever I want.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying that like, if you like hold it out in front of me and like, what would you prefer? What would you be more? Yeah, I understand that concept. It's just that it's coming from Jesse, so I
It's
know
full of
it's
shit.
dog shit. Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
It's so funny because, and obviously this happens every week on this show. Like two people, if not all three of us, will have completely different takes on the episode.
Yeah.
And I really did think Britney had such a good episode. And when she had stepped in to say, like, I just want to tell you, Jesse, when we were at Tom Tom for someone's birthday, I had a conversation with your girlfriend, and I actually felt badly for you.
That's not how she said it. That's
She's
how
like-
you would have said it.
Hold on one second. Hold
because
on.
you are a real, true, genuine friend and a sweet person.
Thanks.
Brittany was like, I don't even think she really likes you. We were at Tom Tom and she was being a snarky little bitch. And Janet chimed in, and then you can tell when they get their little shit-eating grins. I can't remember who loved that. I think it was Joanne. But like, you can tell when these people, these two specifically, they're so bad at this fucking job, but they think that they're so good at this job. These two are horrible.
Wait, who?
Brittany and Janet. And it's these little moments. Like, that's why I didn't. And Natalie told me not to say any of this. So, like, feel free to cut it.
And I said, I'm giving you your one time a season heads up.
You've been warned.
Yeah.
And Mark is on the media.
And I'm not. And it's not. It's because, like, she thinks I'm defending. I'm not defending. Jackson fucking can die for all I care. I swear to God, don't give a fuck about this dude.
It sounds like you do.
But I would. How?
I'm kidding.
Oh.
It sounds like you're about to expect a lot from a woman. That's all I'm telling.
Brittany has been, up until this moment, not mean, not retaliatory, mean, snarky at Jack. She's been stating facts. She's been telling him how she feels. She's been being strong and fucking like laying down the groundwork. She hasn't been mean. She hasn't been listen, I don't fucking be mean to you. I don't give a fuck. But she hasn't been. And this episode, I think she just was a lot of her being fucking mean.
Really?
Yeah, just mean to which Jax deserves all of it. So I'm not being like, I don't think you should not be mean to poor Jax. Like, it isn't that kind of thing. It was just a thing of a side of Brittany that I'd never seen. I'd seen her be snarky and like try to pull the puppet strings and do her job. Great, fucking here for it. But this is the first time that I was like, you. And again, I'm having a hard time even saying this, but like, because Jax deserves everyone to be mean to him. Again, Kristen's mean because Kristen's fucking gnarly, right? Janet's gnarly. Jason's gnarly. Nia's not mean. Danny's not mean. It would be like if Danny and Nia started just being mean out of nowhere.
See, that's so interesting because I didn't take her as being mean at all. I took her as being factual. I took her as.
But the dirty dick and there was just like, there's factual, which is you didn't pay the mortgage, you let us Airbnb it, you did all this shit, you pushed me through the rose bush, you straight up said you didn't want to sign the papers because you were going to get, those are all Brittany factual. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
I wouldn't touch your dirty dick and you're banging whores and you're fucking doing, then I don't think your girlfriend even fucking likes you. And that kind of shit.
See,
that's where to me it crosses.
The not touching your dick and Brit, it's with a 10-foot pole, not 10-inch, because you want to be really far from
10
it.
inches is.
Just let you know. That, yes, of course, that's a dig. And listen, if I had put up with Jax Taylor for as long as she did, I think I would be doing stuff like that also.
100%.
I genuinely don't think that she was trying to be a prick in that moment to Jesse. I think she was just trying to say like.
And the Jesse, he didn't even like you. He showed me everything.
She said like.
But she did it twice with
she's
the
like,
text messages.
I don't think that she really liked you. And I actually felt bad for you in that moment. Like, this is not.
Dude,
something is up with this relationship.
Fine. But think about who she's saying it to. Who are the two dudes on that set that would look like Jesse's fucking, and he's like, I don't care. I don't even think that's true. Oh, bro, you fucking care. You care so hard. And that's why the most. And that's why, and she knows that. It's why she's telling you that. It's why she's saying, I feel bad for you. Jesse does, like, you know what I mean? Like, that was so gnarly. It
You
was,
could be
and
totally
again,
right.
I'm not saying like, oh, that's so you couldn't, how dare you to Jesse and Jack, fire away. It just was out of character for Britney.
I think
Everybody else does. Britney doesn't do that. So that's why I'm like, what?
no, I hear what you're saying, and that could be totally accurate. I think number one, it's like, you know, when people say consider the source. Well, what's the opposite of that? Like consider who you're speaking to, right?
Totally,
So
yeah.
like she's speaking to and about two guys that don't really deserve the benefit of the doubt and have been
Yeah.
super shitty. So there's that. And I also think she wasn't sugarcoating anything, which is new for us with Britney, which I personally really liked. And I also think I've said this before. It's that saying 50 million fans can't be wrong. And it's why I give Britney grace specifically in this situation, because everybody from Lisa Vanderpump to Sheena to Kristen to all of them, they all say Britney is such a kind person. Lala, I don't think is full of shit. I think if she thought anyone in front of her was something other than how they were being characterized, I think she would call them out. And so I just feel like I'm giving her a little extra wiggle room to say that stuff because one, these guys deserve it, and two, I don't think she's a bad person. I think she's just had it, and she's just not holding anything back currently.
Yeah, it could be that. It's just finally Britney standing up for herself
Yeah.
and not being a sweet bumpkin and being like,
Yeah.
you know what, all these other fucking bitches mouth off. I'm gonna mouth
I'm
off
gonna
because she
mouth
did
off
seem
too.
very uncomfortable with it too.
And Natalie
So maybe,
says this.
but it you know, it was just it was. But with that being said, I felt that way with everybody. Like with the exception of Danny, Nia, Kristen, and Luke, who I don't think said anything, but we don't have a ready bag or something. Everyone was. I felt that way about everyone. I felt like, wow, you're all being fucking dicks to each other. You're all being mean. And again, it just
Danny and
cemented my.
No, he said not Danny and Nia.
It cemented my like. None of you guys are
Real
real. Like
friends.
these guys aren't real friends. You're
Well,
not.
they also came to play because they have real issues with each other. Friends or not friends, they came to
Yeah.
throw some digs.
Yeah, and I think totally. The whole episode, like that was
Yeah.
one of my like. This whole episode is just everyone's just digging at each other, just throwing jabs at each other all day long. Even at Danny and Nia, at fucking Kristen, like just jabs. And then eventually, I felt like even Andy got into it. With like he was like setting them up for jabs, and so it just became this like, which is this show. The show has become this. So it shouldn't surprise me that the finales and the reunions are going to be this. This show has become just a fucking jab shit fest. A bunch of people who are pieces of shit shitting on each other, you know?
When I was watching this section, it really struck me that Jesse would actually make a great housewife or even like house husband, because the way he fights is very a la Teresa. What do you call her?
Giudice?
Giudice.
Gaducci.
Giudice. Sorry, I can
Why
never
do
remember.
I have to keep telling you how you say something?
Because that's love.
Yeah, that's love. So how Teresa Giudice, sorry, says
Just think of douche.
Giudice, like she
Giudice.
can never own up to anything, and same with Vicky Gumbelson. Like she had Vicky from Orange County. She used to go after Slade Smiley for being a deadbeat dad, right? That was her big thing with Slade. You're a deadbeat dad. You're behind on child support, all this stuff. And then Vicky starts dating a deadbeat dad, a
Right.
guy who actually went to prison because he fell so far behind on his child support. And they're like, right, that you're being a hypocrite. And Vicky, I don't think either one, she doesn't know what hypocrite means, or two, she doesn't want to admit wrongdoing.
Yeah.
And I feel like Jesse is so that person. So when Jesse was sitting there saying, no, my girlfriend did not threaten to sue Michelle. She just sent her a cease and desist. And I'm like, well, you're a lawyer, Jesse. You should know this.
Yeah.
That's what you get before the lawsuit comes. This is the shot over the bow warning you, if you don't shut the F up, I'm going to serve you with a lawsuit.
Right.
I'm not going to serve you with a steak. I'm not going to serve you with tickets to a Taylor Swift concert. I'm serving you with a lawsuit. And I just think he's being either lazy, or he just thinks that like, I'm just going to come and do like from the Housewives playbook. But he, again, just to say like if this is our Super Bowl, like he had a real bad game.
Yeah, he really did. I don't think that Britney was being a dick. I think that Britney was being a dick. And I think that she has earned not just every cent of it, but also I don't think that ever being not a dick has gotten her anywhere. And I think that right now they don't know, obviously, because they say it from the jump, that they don't know what Jax's fate is. And I think that Britney has probably been careful for so many years to shield him, and then also kind of tried to throw some jabs in, tried to say some things. I think that this is all, I think what you're seeing is the culmination of 10 years coming to, and one really gnarly season coming to an end, and her maybe making the decision to like leave it all at like, I don't want him back. I don't care if I have to pay him alimony. I cannot stand this person anymore, because we got that from her from the finale, where when she was like, all I'm seeing now is this vein popping out of his neck and this grease coming out of his like things that like we have never heard her speak of before.
Mhm.
And it just felt like she just had nothing. Like, why am I not going to say everything? Like, this guy is a human piece of garbage.
Yeah.
And I want everyone to know every single thing now, because if this is the last of it, whether it's our last season together or just his, I'm going to say everything. And I just like, she's watched him just try, and she should have trusted us to know. You didn't need to say all that. We already knew all of that. We would love that to be, but it's like also just us as viewers wanting the perfect character, wanting like someone to just be like the perfect thing that like they never are, you know. And then
She wants to leave it all out on the field.
She wants
Yeah,
to
no,
leave it
I
on
can
the
get with
field.
that, and I can get with that, and I can get with being fed up, and I can get with being super, super nice, and that person just finally having that day where they're like, you know what, I'm done fucking being nice. I'm done being a bumpkin. Like, fuck you, you piece of shit. I'm totally fine.
Fuck you, you're cool,
Yeah.
I'm out.
Yeah.
So I'm fine with all that, and I'm not like hating on Britney. I'm a little bit hating on Britney.
No,
I'm a lot hating on Britney
and
because
have
I don't
more to
like fucking
this.
Britney. But like in regard to this thing of me being like, oh, Britney was so mean. I'm not being like Britney was so mean to Jax and Jesse. It was out of character for me. I'm fine with it. Like I'm fine in the sense that like, yeah, fire away. Fuck these two dudes. I think it's a little bit 5 bad apples spoils the one, you know? So like it's just, I'm so tired of all these fucking dicks. I've spent however many 15 episodes just being mad, storming off, drinking wine, like more than I like.
Mark has to go. Is an alcoholic now?
Yeah, like, I'm
we'll be
gonna
leaving for
You're
rehab.
gonna be
I
friends,
text-
Jax,
I
before we
text
know
Jax,
it.
like,
'Cause you're
Jack,
gonna be
send
out
me
of
the
rehab.
info to that place you went. Thanks
I
a
guess you can
lot.
leave for
Yeah.
lunch sometime.
Serious.
You can still rage text.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm getting triggered by like anytime somebody I'm like, oh, you're just like the rest of them. So there's a little bit of that. But I also like everybody was just and I get that too. Like that's kind of the reunion, right? Like that's the reunion show. We watched the season of fucking bullshit, and then the reunion is for everyone to come scream at each other, and the last 5 minutes be like, oh, but I actually love you guys, and that.
Barf.
Yeah, so I don't know. I just hate everyone.
Listen. I have more to this though. Just
please.
just like end this thing.
Enlighten us.
I'm not actually defending Britney. I am in like so far as I have a defense for what she's doing, but it's not all fucking peaches and cream. I also personally really feel that she was a big part of the takedown, the Danny Nia takedown. I think that she was in on that from the jump. And she's been.
Why do you think that?
I just have if I look back at just how the whole thing has gone down, about how she's, bringing it up at the Santa Barbara dinner, how she's bringing it up again in Hawaii. I think that she had a part in this rumor of like the thing with him, they're protected. It just sounds very Jax. And Jax, by extension, is Britney. Like they have been working this fucking shit together for What?
Do you think it's because Britney and Jax were getting so much heat, and she's like, I know that there's something there, and I don't want to be taking all the heat myself?
Listen, this is all just my vibe. This is just a fucking vibe. This is
Natalie's
baseless conspiracy theories. Yes, is that it feels to me like that where they started off, they were still working together, and I've always said that Britney didn't lick this off the grass, as you like to say. Like she's been Jax's partner for 10 years. This is how Jax thinks. He has been a part of this whole thing long enough. And frankly, at this point, she has too now. But like, I do think that he's been a ringleader in all of like the strategic moves or whatever. But I think that she's also has a brain of her own and could see that like things were not going, they were kind of sharing the spotlight. So anyhow, I think that at a certain point, she realized that she had glommed on to Jax's plan of attack and was watching kind of it just not really work. And also it wasn't really deserved. It wasn't at all deserved. But if I am just going off of Britney's mindset, I think that became apparent to her at a certain point that like, not only is this not working, this is kind of awful and it's actually backfiring. None of this is good. So I think that a lot of her anger with Jax is trusting him, is following his lead, and like they're having a shitty season, and Danny and Nia are still coming out on top. And even if they're not your favorite, they are now because they're getting the sympathy vote. You know, they're getting the like, these people are really not getting a fair shake. I'm not a Danny fan. He's kind of a nut job, or he's kind of he's kind of annoying, or he's kind of like I love them, but like if you are, you know, I'm sure many people that's not their bag, but you still can see black and white in front of you that like this shit ain't right. And so I think that Britney, all of this, everything is coming to a head. And she's yelling and screaming about things and saying things that she doesn't normally, not just because she's fucking sick and tired of Jax, but because I think she's a little ashamed of herself for conducting herself and getting and going after this couple. I think.
Yeah, I could get down with a little bit of that, where she feels the shame of.
Guys, we're trying something new. This is part 1. Part 2 is up and waiting for you. So head over now. Thanks. Love you. Bye.